They were more than knights. They were monks with swords, bankers without borders, and for a time they were untouchable. But then they vanished in flames and silence. This is the untold story of the Knights Templar, a story of faith, power, betrayal, and legend. The origins of the Knights Templar trace back to the chaos following the First Crusade. In the year 1119, Jerusalem was in Christian hands, but the roads were deadly. Bandits, assassins, and enemy forces preyed on pilgrims making their sacred journey. Hugues de Payens, a French nobleman, gathered a small group of fellow knights to form a new order, one that would protect Christian pilgrims in the Holy Land. They pledged themselves to God, took monastic vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, and called themselves the poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon. They lived humbly, but they fought with ferocity. What began as 9 knights guarding the roads soon became an international military order, backed by the most powerful force in medieval Europe, the Catholic Church. The Templars were granted incredible privileges. They were answerable only to the Pope, immune from taxes and local laws. Donations and recruits poured in from across Europe. Their signature white mantles, marked with a red cross, became a symbol of holiness and terror. As the Crusades intensified, the Templars evolved. They built fortresses across the Holy Land, trained elite fighting units, and led campaigns alongside European kings. But warfare was only part of their strength. Behind the battlefields, they created one of the world's earliest and most sophisticated financial systems. They offered safe storage for treasure, letters of credit, and loans to monarchs. In effect, the Templars became medieval Europe's first multinational corporation, combining military power with financial brilliance. And then came the rumors. As their influence grew, so did the myths. People whispered that the Templars had discovered secret relics beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, perhaps even the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. Others believed they possessed sacred scrolls, forbidden knowledge, or relics of Christ himself. Their secrecy only deepened the mystery. What were the rituals behind closed doors? Who did they really serve? Were they still soldiers of Christ, or something else entirely? But no power lasts forever. By the late 1200s, the Crusades were collapsing. Muslim forces retook the Holy Land, and the Templars lost their military purpose. Yet their wealth and independence continued to grow, and that made them dangerous. In France, King Philip IV saw them not as holy men, but as a threat. He owed them money, he envied their power, and he feared their secrets. So he acted ruthlessly. On Friday, October 13th, 1307, Philip ordered a coordinated strike. Hundreds of Templars were arrested in a single night. They were charged with blasphemy, heresy, and unnatural acts. Under torture, some confessed to spitting on the cross, worshipping false idols, and engaging in unspeakable rites, though many recanted those confessions later. It didn't matter. The machinery of destruction was already in motion. Templar leaders were imprisoned, dozens were executed. In 1312, under pressure from Philip, Pope Clement V officially dissolved the order. And in 1314, Jacques de Molay, the last Grand Master, was burned at the stake in Paris. As the flames rose, he is said to have cursed the king and the pope, and eerily, both died within a year. So, what happened to the rest? Some say the surviving Templars fled to Scotland, Portugal, or Switzerland. Others claim they went underground, protecting their knowledge and symbols in secret brotherhoods. Some believe they became the foundation for Freemasonry, and some insist the Templar treasure is still hidden, waiting. Centuries have passed, yet the myth of the Knights Templar refuses to die. They appear in novels, video games, documentaries, and conspiracies. They are linked to the Holy Grail, to secret societies, even to modern banking. They fascinate us because they were real, yet surrounded by mystery. Warriors of faith, victims of politics, guardians of secrets. We may never know the full truth, but one thing is certain. They shaped the course of medieval history, and their legacy still haunts the modern world. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the rise and fall of the Knights Templar, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories from history to life. Hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an episode. History is full of shadows. Let's keep exploring them together.